So as we look at Endwalker and as people try to clean out their inventories and as we start to talk about the removal of belts, there has been the mention of something called a Calamity Salvager. And I think there's a great deal of people that have played this game for a very long time. And when you're early on, I'm sure the game reminds you of it at some point. But you don't need it then. You need it when your glamour dresser is overflowing, when your retainers are overflowing, when you're just starting to wonder what can you keep and what can you get rid of. So I'd like to jump in game and show you how a Calamity Salvager works. So as I load up the game here, I am standing here in Limsa Lamensa, and there is the aft castle right here, the aft castle aetheryte point, and there is somebody here called a Calamity Salvager. This is in each of the three capital cities. I don't know if there's any anywhere other than that. As we look to Gridania here, it is next to the amphitheater, which is where we go when we need like a seasonal event in Gridania is usually in the amphitheater. And so if we pop over to the aetheryte and we look to the Maketos Amphitheater, I like this one the best. I think it's the closest to a little one right here because it's literally right next door. There's your Calamity Salvager again. And as we pop over to Ul'dah, there is once again a Calamity Salvager tucked away somewhere in this big ridiculous city. It's not well labeled with the new Aetherite system. It should be a little easier if you just kind of know roughly where it is because the Aethernet's going to be easier to use, but you would still need to go, oh, I need to recover something. Obviously, I'm going to go to the Weavers Guild. And the Weavers one is actually a little further down here. And we have our Calamity Salvager near the Blue Mage area here. And so the Calamity Salvager here, what do they have? This allows you to recover things that you have gotten over the years. Not everything. Some things are still recovered through some other convoluted systems, but anything you see right here you could get rid of. So when I look to job-specific gear, this is every job that I have leveled that I've completed their class quests, and I have gotten these pieces of gear. And so this is the level 45 Paladin set, as well as the level 45 Warrior set, Monk set, and so on. And you will see that there's all of my quest sets. As we go back and we look through here again, there's also various quest rewards. This would be for various achievements we've gotten, such as my 2 resplendent mining things, which I actually always try to kind of keep around in my glamour dresser because I like them to be glamored. But if I ever removed them from that and I wanted those resplendent gathering tools back, that's how I would get that. If I go to quest 2, here's some various blessed rewards I've gotten over here. My glowing frying pan, the other blessed things like that. My Bosjan earring, just in case I want to toss that. Here's the various rings you get for, I believe these are maybe hunting log or something like that. I don't know. You get them from something. There's some achievement. My partitioned crown, where I'm like, I don't really want this, but I don't want to get rid of it because I did earn it. And so this is a great way of just kind of getting rid of various things, and actually you can get rid of a great deal. There's even like your old Garo gear in case you just thought that was lost forever. We have gender-specific gear. There's all sorts of different things that you can get so that you don't have to keep these around. This has your 50s, 60s, 70s. I think some of this is still locked behind like hunts or stuff, so it is still in game. But this would allow me to go in and say, okay, here's my level 70 sets, and if I've been keeping these on a retainer, I can have them back at any time for just 1,000 gil per slot. And while 1,000 gil may seem steep to buy back a whole one to some of you new players that are struggling to keep gil around, just realize that keeping, 50, 100, 200 slots around of inventory, you could get all of that back on the off chance that you later realize you need 1 or 2 of these sets, 4 or 8,000 gil, something that is less than a single dungeon run, something that is less than, you easily make in one day, 1 round of leaves, any of that. You can easily see, like I have 10 Allegan pieces here, that's 5,000 gil. That buys an entire set of this, and to buy it, I just click it. And if I'm on that class, it won't pop up this warning. And so since I'm on a warrior, let's buy the warrior one. It pops up and it said, would I like to buy this for 1,000 gil? And I say yes, and now I have it. That is actually why these are not able to be desynthesized. That is why they can't be turned in for Grand Company seals. The only way you can get rid of these is to actually delete them because they don't do anything or sell them. And they say, I don't want that back. So that's it. You wonder why some of the stuff is so restricted, and it's because I theoretically have an unlimited number of it. They are unique, so what will happen here is if I buy this warrior one, you'll see that I go to buy the warrior one again. It'll stop me from making that mistake. It tracks it as one in my bag, but if I go put this on a retainer, it's not going to know. So empty all your old blue gear onto your retainer. Come over here, see what's in the bag, delete it, get rid of it. You can always get it back later. Enjoy the extra inventory space. This is a huge, huge savings on the amount of space we put, especially those of us that are restricted down to 2 or maybe 4 retainers or something like that, and you keep all this around. Having, roughly, let's say 30 classes in game, maybe you want 1 set for each of them. When we look at our cosmetics, we have, 1 piece for our main hand, 1 for our helmet, body, gloves, pants, and feet. And so if we had 30 jobs in the game, we would keep about 180 slots around in Glamour. You have 400 slots in your Glamour dress, so that's no big deal. Until you keep a second set for everybody, and then you're immediately pushing against capacity. Now you start to look at a third and a fourth, and you realize very quickly that this can get tight on space for people that want to keep that stuff around, either because it reminds you of, wow, that was a really cool set I got and I really enjoyed that quest, or what if I ever want it later? I'm not sure. And this allows you to have that stored permanently in a place that is not your inventory. So hopefully that helps save you guys a ton of space. Let me know in the comments below if you already knew that. Maybe you have some insight into how they're deciding what makes it onto the Calamity Salvager and some doesn't, because I don't know exactly what the pattern is, but there's quite a bit here. And I look forward to seeing you guys in Endwalker and beyond.